Okay, so we're going to talk about how to do what's called a drop stop. So this is usually done in conjunction with your drop spins, but I'm doing a separate video of this because you kind of want to get your drop spins down really well before you try this out. It can be a little bit more challenging, but there's just a lot of detail to it that you want to really keep in mind as well. So when you go into a drop stop, what you're doing is you're really just trying to finish out a drop spin phrase with a really firm together stop. So what this is if I'm coming out of a drop spin, 5, 6, 7, 8, instead of just ending here and squeezing, I'm going to give a little bit of a release almost, you can think of, but it's not really a toss. It's just letting go with both your hands and then re-grabbing with really nice boxed out firm arms. So instead of just squeezing, I would go 5, 6, 7, I'm drop spinning down. When I drop spin up, I'm going to give just a touch more lift with this right hand. So I'm really going to come out of my spin spot a little bit, just rotate that wrist, a quick half rotation. And I'm going to let it just stop straight up and down in front of me with the silk side up. So it's going to end up here. I'm going to put both of my hands on my flag to finish it out. So if this is my count 7, count 8 is where I catch my drop stop. 8. So drop stops are taught a couple different ways. A lot of times you'll see drop stops where you actually are taught to catch all the way to the top butt here, which is perfectly fine. That's a really good way to do it. The way that I teach drop stops is to actually stop it at mid-pole here. So you're just above mid-pole with your hand. And so you're going to grab thumbs up with that left hand into the silk, and you're going to grab thumbs up with your right hand at the tab here. You can see that. So that is where you would be grabbing if you're coming out of a drop spin on the right side. You actually can do drop spins on the left side. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk a little bit more about the technique here. So with your drop stop, you want to really think about letting go completely with both of your hands from the flag. And I'm really opening up those palms and then grasping those in firmly with a good, strong hold to catch that at that straight up and down. You don't want it wobbling from side to side. You also want to make sure that you do have that separation from the pole. So it shouldn't be just a slide. You shouldn't just be sliding up. You really want to let go and re-grab, have strong boxed out arms, and it makes it look really firm. It's very impressive when a whole guard can stop with a drop stop in that way. So if I'm finishing out my drop spin phrase, I'm going 5, 6, drop, stop. And then that's what that looks like from the side. Okay, I will do this from the back view as well. So I'm finishing out my phrase, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you're thinking 5, 6, drop, stop. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how to do a drop stop on the left side when you're coming out of your left drop spins. So I'm in my left shoulder here, and if I'm thinking 5, 6, 7, I'm going to do the same type of thing, but just on the left side. This might take a little bit of brain power if you are a right-handed person. I know that even our former members sometimes get confused because they're stuck in their right-handed mentality. So this is a really good one to practice. So when you come out of this, you're going to once again let both of your hands leave the pole at the same time, and you're going to go into that drop stop position here. So when I'm doing it on the left side, my right hand is now on top, mid-silk still boxed out arms, and then my left hand is the one at the tab. So something that I find to be useful when I'm trying to think through that process of where my hand placement is supposed to be for my drop stops, when I'm coming from my right side, my right hand is at the tab. So that's something that will help. And the reason your right hand has to be at the tab is because when you finish out your drop stop, you also usually will end at right shoulder right after that. So my right hand will allow me to directly come up to right shoulder. So if I'm doing it on the left side, same type of thing, 5, 6, 7, I'm going to drop stop so that my left hand is at that tab, so I can easily just pull up into my left shoulder position. So I'll show you what that looks like from the back. So our phrase goes 5, 6, 7, drop, stop, 8. And up on count 1. So one more time, down, 5, up, 6, drop, stop, up. And that's usually kind of the chanting, I guess, you'll hear. Usually we have little phrases here and there that will help you remember what you need to do. So when we're finishing with the drop stop, we will end our phrase letting everybody know last set. So if we're doing a full set, we could have done like 8 sets of 8 or something like that if I was feeling nice that day. And on our 8th set, we'll say last set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drop, stop, up. And it's just a really nice, clean way to end together. And you always want to finish really, really strong. So those are your drop stops.